In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can shift from feeling completely unworthy to being 100% magnetic. Feeling worthy is one of the biggest secrets to attracting what you want, whether it's money, clients for your business, weight loss, fitness, a relationship, basically anything. If you can embody the feeling of worthiness, you will become unstoppable. Hello again, my loves. It's Amanda Rochelle, Mindset and Manifestation Coach. If you are interested in learning about how you can thrive in life and business using a combination of timeless law of attraction principles and modern evidence-based success principles from psychology, physics, and neuroscience, you have come to the right place. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons to help me to expand this channel and to be notified of new content. I guarantee this is about to become one of your most favorite channels about the law of attraction, so stay tuned for some amazing content. So as you know, the basic principle behind the law of attraction is that like attracts like. This is the basic foundation of how manifestation works. However, it's not just about thinking positive or having a high vibration like a lot of other channels teach you. It really comes down more to about who you are. You don't just attract what you think about, you attract who and what you are. Now, we're going to get deep into this in this one because if who you are on the inside is someone who sees herself as unworthy, you will only attract to you scenarios that you really don't want to attract. You will attract relationships where you're never treated like you're good enough because you truly feel like you don't deserve to be treated like you're good enough. You will attract jobs, employers, customers who don't treat you respectfully, they don't pay you well, or they don't pay you at all because you don't have that feeling of being worthy of receiving much or any money. You'll attract to yourself poor health or poor fitness because you just don't love yourself enough or see yourself as the kind of person who deserves to have a fit body or to be in good health. It literally affects everything. So if you don't know my story, I used to actually be very heavy. Now, not just a little heavy, but morbidly obese heavy. I was close to 290 pounds at one point, and I really believed in my head, in my body, and in down to the core of everything that I was, that this was exactly who I was and who I was supposed to be. It's just who I was. And I believed that I deserved to be that person who is 290 pounds. Now, the interesting thing is that I didn't eat any more food than I eat now. Let me say that again. I ate the same amount of calories then as I do now. Now, sometimes I even eat more now and less back then. And I was actually very active. I was always outside. I was always walking. I loved to dance. I loved to do kickboxing. So why was I so heavy? If I was doing all this exercise and I was eating about the same as I am now and sometimes even less, why was I not able to get the weight off? All of the personal trainers out there and all of the fitness gurus out there will tell you, cut your calories and exercise. And it's really one of the biggest myths out there about weight loss, 100%. Because I was literally doing all of those things, but I was not losing weight. And I felt like I was just stuck in that body. Now, at one point I got really serious that I wanted to lose the weight. I wanted to get healthy. I wanted to get fit. I wanted to feel better. My joints were starting to hurt. I was just always out of breath. And I just, in general, just didn't really feel good. I didn't feel healthy. So I decided I really wanted to lose the weight. And now this was before I even knew anything about the law of attraction. So I didn't really know what I was doing exactly, but I knew that I had studied psychology. In fact, it was one of my majors in college. I had studied psychology and music for my bachelor's degree. And at the time was contemplating going on to get my master's in psychology as well. And I'd always been fascinated about how the mind works. And I had experienced the power of thoughts in my life in other areas, such as overcoming my shyness and also getting out of depression a couple of times by basically just shifting my thoughts. So I had this idea that if I started to see myself as somebody who was healthy, lean, and fit, and who was also capable of losing weight, that maybe just changing my thoughts and my beliefs would allow me to lose weight. So I did this thing where I started standing in front of the mirror and I'd tell myself that I was losing weight, that I was getting thinner all the time, that I was capable of losing weight. And then after doing this for so long, I came to a point where I really started to believe it. And when I saw myself in the mirror, I really started to see myself differently. I started to see myself in the body body that I was trying to create. And then the weirdest thing happened. I actually started losing weight, and it turned into this game for me. So I'd lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week, not changing my eating, not changing my workouts at all. In fact, I ate an entire bowl of ice cream with a big scoop of peanut butter in it every single night while I was losing weight, every single night. But because I believed that I was a lean person and that my body was changing, it did. I attracted to myself what I believed I now was in my mind, a lean, fit, healthier person. And I actually ended up losing over 140 pounds. And I've kept it off ever since. Now, the point of this story isn't just about weight loss. I'm not saying that anybody needs to lose weight or that you need to lose weight or that we need to change our appearance. I'm 100% about body positivity and looking the way that you want to look. You don't need to lose weight. You don't need to change your appearance. You don't ever need to lose weight or change your appearance for somebody else or to make anybody else happy. Or if you think that will make people like you or love you, you are 100% lovable no matter your size, no matter what you look like. And I believe you should only lose weight if you want to lose weight or change your appearance only if you want to change it. I'm just using this as an example from my experience of something that I wanted for myself, which was to be a healthier, fit, leaner person. And I'm sharing this story to let you know how powerful you actually are and how powerful it is to actually change how you see yourself. And when you change how you see yourself, who you are on the inside, you can start attracting exactly whatever it is that you want. So anything that you want, not just weight loss, but whatever it is, a job, money, a relationship, anything. But in order to change your beliefs about yourself, you have to feel worthy of the thing that you desire. You have to know your worth. You have to know that you are worth it. You have to love yourself enough to know that you're worth it and to know it so much that you just expect the things to happen to you that you are believing for. Basically, that you are already those things and already have those things. And then on the flip side of that, if you don't feel worthy, you're actually going to block your desires from coming to you. You have to feel worthy of receiving it. You have to feel that you have it now already, and then it's going to come to you. So I know this is something that could be so hard for a lot of you. It's something that was very hard for me, being somebody who was definitely more insecure and coming from a background of feeling very unworthy, not having very much confidence in myself, not having very much self-love, being very hard on myself, being a perfectionist as well. So I want to give you some tips for how you can start feeling worthy, some practical things that you can start doing right now to start feeling worthy. Now, I actually have a free PDF for you with 8 steps to feeling worthy. I'm going to go through them right now, but if you are interested in having this PDF so that you can look at this regularly every day for suggestions about how you can create more worthiness in your life, type in #feelingworthy below in the comments, and I will send that PDF to you. So that way you actually have this and you can keep it and you can read it every day so you can start feeling that feeling of worthiness in your life every single day. Okay, so now let's get into 8 secrets to feeling worthy of your desire. Okay, so number 1 is you can make a list of all the things about you that make you great. Now, this might be really hard at first if you've never really sat down and thought about this. You also might have been taught that if you think about the great things about you, that perhaps that makes you arrogant or maybe self-centered. So I want you to put that aside for a little while and just think about this as a way of just kind of coming to know yourself. We all have things about ourselves that are really great, and it doesn't make you self-centered or arrogant if you just simply come to know the things about yourself that make you amazing. Because we all have things about ourselves that are amazing. We just have to sit down and actually think about what are those things about me that make me unique and make me special. The second thing that you can do is to remind yourself of past successes. This one is very powerful, especially knowing that with the law of attraction, that like attracts like. So if you were thinking about your past successes, you're going to start attracting more of those kinds of successes to yourself and more successes in general. So make a list of all of the things that you've done in the past that you've been successful at. Now, it doesn't have to be big things. It doesn't have to be necessarily some huge thing like achieving a degree or manifesting $1 million or something like that. It can be something that's just even a small success. Like perhaps at one point you lost 5 pounds. At one point, maybe you were able to manifest a guy asking you out. There's a lot of different things that you can do with this and think about things that you've been successful at. Something that you set a goal for example, that you were able to achieve. It can be big, it can be small, but start making a list of your past successes. The next thing that you can do is to start making a list of things that you can do that nobody else that you know is able to do. Those things that make you really unique and make you stand out from the crowd. What makes you you? What can you do better than anybody else? And again, this doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a small thing. It doesn't matter. It's just stuff that makes you unique and makes you special. The fourth thing that you can start doing is to start working on your overall mindset, especially when it comes to believing that you are capable of doing things. So research actually shows that people who believe that they're capable of doing things are much more likely to be able to do those things. This is a general belief that you have in yourself that you are capable of doing anything that you want to do. One thing that I like to do to reinforce that belief is to do a lot of affirmations. You can do scripting. You can journal about this. Even something as simple as just standing in front of the mirror and saying to yourself, I am confident. I am capable. I'm able to do anything that I want to do, anything that I set my mind to do. And keep affirming that with yourself until you eventually start to develop that belief. The next thing you can start doing is to start asking more for what you want. One of the things that people do who don't feel worthy of receiving is they tend not to ask for the things that they want because they don't feel worthy of asking for what they want. But the more you practice asking for what you want, the easier it's going to get for you to start asking for all of the things that you desire to receive. Now, I would start with asking for something very small and work up to things that are bigger and bigger over time as you get more confident. Okay, so number 6 is to let go of perfectionism. Now, if you're anything like me, perfectionism is definitely something that can get in your way. I've definitely always been a perfectionist. This is something that I still have to work on every single day. I always have this desire to have everything be perfect and have everything under my control all the time. But this is a worthiness killer. If you're always trying to seek perfectionism, nothing is ever really going to feel good enough for you. You're never going to feel good enough for yourself. You're never going to think that anybody else thinks you're good enough. And anytime that I start getting back into the perfectionist mode, I remind myself of this phrase, done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. So that means anything that you're trying to do in life, no matter what it is, trying to get a job, trying to get customers, trying to get that boyfriend or a girlfriend, remember that you do not have to be perfect. Honestly, there's no real thing such as perfect. Everybody has a different definition of what perfect even is. Perfect is really whatever you want it to be. And now if you set unrealistic standards about what perfect means to you, you're always going to come short and you're always going to feel like you're failing. So try to change your definition of what perfect really means. Number 7 is to release the need to compare yourself to others. It's so important to remember that you are a very special and unique person, and you don't have to compare yourself to other people, nor do you have to try and be like other people. After you've made your list of all the things that make you unique, the things that make you special, your past successes, I want you to see how amazing you are just being you. There is absolutely nothing you have to change about yourself unless you personally want to change those things. I believe we should always be trying to strive for excellence and to be better and to reach our goals, but you don't have to compare yourself to anybody else. This is your journey. This is your story. The only one you have to compare yourself is to yourself, that past you or the future you that you want to become. If you start comparing yourself to other people, you're going to always feel unworthy. Especially if you're raising those other people up on a pedestal, you think they're better than you think that they're smarter than you think they're prettier than you, they're thinner than you, they're fitter than you, they're always the one that gets the guy and you don't. These are things that will always kill your feelings of worthiness. So try to release the need to compare yourself to other people and just be you. And the very last thing, number 8, is to start practicing meditation, visualization, and to use worthiness affirmations every single day. I actually created a worthiness affirmation track that you can listen to. I'm going to link it down in the description so that you can listen to that. But I recommend listening to that every single day for at least 21 days. And now remember too, the thing about affirmations is that we don't just want to listen to them. We really want to internalize them. I recommend saying them out loud. Sound is very powerful because you're hearing yourself say these things. You're engaging your body by actually speaking the things. The more you involve the rest of your body, the more powerful it is. And remember, we are just vibration, and so is sound. So sound is actually very powerful because you're putting out that vibration, that resonance that resonates with what it is that you're trying to attract. I believe sound is very powerful. I'm a musician myself, and I've studied a lot of sound therapy and music therapy, and sound is very powerful. I'm actually going to make another video about this soon, so stay tuned for that one. It's going to be very interesting. But just for now, remember that saying these things out loud are going to be very important for you, and it's going to help you to internalize these things and then eventually come to a point where your subconscious actually believes these things and they become ingrained in you and a part of who you actually are. So I encourage you to put all of these 8 things into practice and start doing them today. Start right away. That way you won't forget about these and you'll start integrating these into your life. Start setting those intentions and taking actions towards your goals, and start putting these 8 things into practice. You're going to notice a huge shift in your feelings of worthiness, as well as a huge shift in what you're able to actually attract into your life once you start feeling those feelings of worthiness in the very core of who you are and in your being. Okay, my loves, thanks for listening. I hope you found this valuable and you can step into your life now every day feeling worthy and with the expectation that things are always working out for you, because you truly deserve it. Again, please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can always catch all of my new content.